Hi, everyone. Please don't leave your tables if you're hosting a table. I just wanted to come on real quick during our Campus Engagement Expo to say thank you for being with us today. I wanted to let you know that we have about 20 to 30 more minutes until our next actual session starts. So if you are on this and you have not yet joined a table, please feel free. You see a social lounge to your left. There are names of many campus partners on those tables. We encourage you to go and visit and meet some members of our community that interest you. If for some reason you're unable to join a table, that may be because that table is full. So if you look around the table and you see names in each of the boxes, that's because people are actually in that table. Go visit another one and come on back. If you are on a cell phone, I think it may be hard for you to see a table, but you are actually probably seeing me. Please feel free to write in the chat if you are on a phone and can't access the actual tables, what you're interested in and what you want to hear more about, because the chat feature will be open all day. You'll be able to interact with people throughout the chat session. So if we can't catch you on a table, we can catch you through the chat. You can also direct message me and I can answer any questions that you have. Enjoy the tables. After I go off the stage right now, you're going to go right back to the table you were at. So thank you to all our campus partners for being here today. Thank you, accepted students, for joining us. We're so excited to have you with us today. Thanks for all the emojis, whoever's doing that. We'll see you soon. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone who participated in our social lounge area and had the opportunity to meet some of our support services, our staff, and different people for different programs all across our campus. Once you're a student, those are really a lot of the people who will be your biggest supporters, your biggest advocates, and your biggest mentors on this campus. So we are so happy you had the opportunity to meet with them. We are now switching over to our session, which is called Everything You Want to Know. What that really means is this is what you personally want to know, questions that you want to get answered today that will help you make your decision to join us in the fall at Springfield College. So we have some experts here who will introduce themselves in just a minute. Our Vice President for Enrollment Management, Stuart Jones, will be your moderator today. He will be helping answer the questions that you have with the help of these experts on our staff. So I have a couple of just housekeeping items to make this really easy for you. On the right-hand bar of your screen, you are seeing a Write Questions button. If you have a question, feel free to type it right in there and we will get it answered for you either verbally with this group or we will direct message you if it's a more specific question. Do not hit the purple question button. That will send you to a whole different area. We also encourage you to use your emoji buttons. So at the bottom of your screen, you are seeing fun emojis that you can hit. Oh, there we go. Love it. So make our speakers feel good. Engage with them today by asking questions. Engage with them with the emoji button. And we're just really thrilled you're here. This is going to end at 11:45, and we'll put some prompts for you for the next events in the chat feature. Enjoy your time, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. It is so great to have you at our session. Everything you want to know. And I'm sure you have lots of questions today, and we're looking forward with our panel of experts to answering those. I know some of you have already made your decision for Springfield College, and so you're just simply trying to get questions answered today about transition to becoming a student. Many of you today, at least half, I'm sure, are thinking, I've got to make a final decision of my college choice. So you're trying to get answers to questions that help you decide on Springfield College. And I know this is a big decision. As a father myself and having helped my two sons in partnership, taking them through the college search, I know how important your questions are, answers that you want to hear to help you make those important decisions. So as you see in front of you, here's our panel of experts at Springfield College. And don't they look like experts? Look at them. These are our experts who are going to field all of your questions today, and they're ready to do that. So today we're going to try to answer all of your questions. You probably got some answered in the session before this at the college engagement fair. But if you don't get your question answered in this particular session, that's okay. There's many opportunities today at our Accepted Student Open House. Please ask your questions of faculty members that you're going to meet, of other staff, especially ask your questions of our students. They're the ones that live this experience every day. They are happy to provide answers. Financial aid, the admissions staff, so many people are here dedicating their day to help you make final decisions about Springfield College. Write this down just real quickly, or we can put it on the board. But if for some reason the day ends and you have questions later that you thought of, you can email admissions@springfield.edu or financial aid questions at financialaid@springfield.edu. Okay? I'm going to have our panelists real quickly introduce themselves. I'm sure you can see their bio on the screen as well. But we're going to go around just real quickly and say a warm welcome and a hi to you. I'm going to start with all of these are my colleagues, but with Dr. Coughlin, if she'll begin, please.
Glad to, Stuart. Welcome, everybody. It's such a pleasure to welcome you here to Springfield College, even though it's just virtual. I am the Senior Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs. I work with many of the folks that you may have met this morning, providing academic support assistance and supporting our academic programs here at Springfield College. And I'm really pleased to be here this morning to answer your questions or anything academic related.
Thank you. Chief Leary.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Karen Leary. I'm the Chief Executive Director of Public Safety. I'm happy to be here as well and looking forward to answering any and all questions you may have about public safety in the department.
Thank you. Sergeant Cotter.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome and congratulations on potentially choosing Springfield College as your new home. Dan Cotter, I'm the Administrative Sergeant for the Department of Public Safety. Been here about 4 years. Love every minute of it.
Thank you. And our Dean of Admissions, Mary D'Angelo.
Good morning, everyone. So thankful that you had the opportunity to join us today. I, of course, along with the admissions team, have the pleasure of offering you admission to Springfield College. So again, congratulations. And I hope the information that you today and conversations that you have help you to choose Springfield.
Thank you. And Dr. Love.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome virtually to Springfield College. Good luck today in getting the information that you need to make the decision. And we hope that it's a decision that you'll come and join us in the fall. I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs, and so I oversee a wide variety of units, including it's related to new student orientation, housing and residence life, recreation, the counseling center, career services, student activities, a whole host of units that work with students outside the classroom. And welcome again.
Thank you. I appreciate what Sergeant Cotter said just a second ago, and I want to echo that again. Congratulations, students, on being accepted to Springfield College. I could sit here and talk about all the bragging points of the college, but I won't, except for the fact that we are in the top 5% of the best colleges in the Northeast. But other than that, this is an amazing college. It is a selective college, and we've chosen you, students, because we believe you're a great fit for Springfield College, our mission, our values of Humanics. So congratulations. Parents, feel proud. Absolutely feel proud. Go ahead at this time. Over on the right-hand side is the question mark. About the middle of the page, it says questions. You are more than welcome at this time to start asking any of our panelists questions. I'll feed those questions to them so that we can get answers for you. Okay, so feel free at this time. And like I said, if for some reason I can't get to your question, I promise behind the scenes are two great people, Delaney and Derek, who's going to be trying to also answer your questions of you in written text. So we'll do the best we can today. Our first question looks like is for Patrick Love. So when is move-in day? When can they get here? They're ready to go.
Move-in day, as we are still deciding how to bring back students safely. So we have some decisions that we need to make as we emerge from this pandemic. But move-in day is the weekend of Labor Day weekend. So we will be bringing people back that weekend for classes to start the middle of the following week.
Okay. This one, Dr. Coughlin. So when do classes start? If they're moving in on Labor Day weekend, when do classes start? Oh, I think you Might be on mute.
Got it. You know, that has to happen, doesn't it?
It does. It wouldn't be a session without it.
Wouldn't be a session without it. So I apologize. Classes will start on the Wednesday following Labor Day. So we have an extra day there following Labor Day to get things up and running and to get students moved in. And our classes will start on Wednesday. I believe that's the 8th of September.
Got two questions actually are the same, which is really cool. So do we know, are all of the classes going to be in person? Are they all going to be online? Is there a combination of the two?
Sure, I'll be glad to start with that one. We want to have all of our classes be in person for this fall. I think we all know that we are heading in the right direction and we are planning for that as we move back to campus. But one of the things that I've definitely learned COVID is you can't predict what is going to happen and what kind of setbacks that we may occur. So we do have a plan B that would have classes have a mixture of in-person and some online experiences, but there would be a combination of both that would be involved. And we're really hoping that everything continues in the right direction and we have all in-person classes.
Good. Patrick, is there going to be a first year and maybe transfer orientation for the students?
Yes, that's a very good question. We actually have two parts to the orientation. The first is the virtual orientation, which is called SCOOP, the Springfield College Online Orientation Program. That will, early in the summer, students will be able to get advising and be registered for their courses. They will have a orientation leader engaging with them throughout the summer. There's a bi-weekly family newsletter so that more information about the institution and about the experiences to come, and weekly opportunities to gather in small groups with other students who are coming. So that's going to take place throughout the summer. Then there's new student orientation, which is a 2.5, 3-day program once students are all moved in. It will start on Friday, September 3rd and run through the end of the weekend. And that's more of the traditional orientation. There's move-in. There are many opportunities to engage with other students, opportunity to learn more about the activities that are provided and the experiences that students can get engaged with. So that's the 2 or 3 days over that Labor Day weekend.
Patrick, while we're on the topic, can you go ahead, and the question deals with one of our great traditions, which is some students coming even earlier because they've asked to be included in our East Campus first year camp. Is that happening this year?
We do anticipate, happened last year, in fact, when we brought students back while in the midst of the pandemic, we created a very socially distanced, safe program at East Campus. So as Dr. Coughlin said, we hope that everything will be back to normal and we'll be able to do everything the way that we did it before. However, as she also said, it's unpredictable, but we're ready to plan in such a way to make sure that it is still a vibrant program the way it was last year. So yes, it will definitely be taking place. Good.
This could be for any of our panelists. And thank you again, everybody, for asking your questions. Just please keep them coming.
Can I just add one more thing about?
Of course you can.
I do want to let folks know, if you are interested in pre-camp, your application is due July 12th and it's on the webpage for pre-camp.
And having trouble finding that, Mary, perhaps they can contact their admissions counselor that they've been working with to help them find that form. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. That would be a great idea.
Great. Let's talk about technology. This is a question we get every year, and it's important. Any recommendations of the kind of technology that's recommended that students bring with them?
Stuart, I'll take a stab at that from the academic side. And one of the things that I think is really important for our students is that they have the technology that they feel comfortable with. And I certainly know that the technology that I feel comfortable may not be the technology that some of our incoming students feel comfortable with. We do recommend, especially for many majors and programs in the sciences area, that students need some kind of a laptop computer in order to be able to truly process the work that they need to do. But certainly other students have used different types of devices. I think it would be a great question to ask when they meet with the faculty to see what some of the faculty and the differences across departments might be. And we also have some information on the webpage about different computer technology that you can look at, and you don't certainly have to purchase it through us, but we have some options for you, and you can certainly go through and look at that as well. So I think it's an important decision, and I think it's one that you and your students should talk to our different faculty about. And when in doubt, I would say some kind of a laptop.
Good. Patrick, we covered first year and transfer orientation. Another question is, what about international for orientation for our international students?
International students are included in the SCOOP program and the NSO program. And just one other comment about technology. The college, you may have already heard this, the college went through a major technology infrastructure upgrade last summer. Yeah. So it is something that has contributed greatly to the student experience.
On move-in day, I'm really buzzing through these, aren't I? I mean, this is a great format. I'm just sorry that we're not in person, because when we do this stuff in person, I give every person a bag of M&Ms when they ask a question. So just pretend like you're being rewarded today for all the questions that you're asking, or reward yourself. Hey, Patrick, on move-in day, are parents allowed to help with the actual move-in itself, taking all the stuff up to the rooms?
Well, again, yes, that is our hope and dream, is that parents and all guests are able to, although there will be, they don't have to, because there's plenty of help there in our normal years of people helping students move in. But our hope is that, yes, we'll be out of the set of policies that we had to put in place that restricted the number of people who could go in the buildings. It is our hope and expectation that by the fall, yes, we'll have a move-in where parents and siblings and Stuart, who will be there, I'm sure, helping carry things up to the room.
Absolutely. Hey, Marianne, again, for students that may have learning challenges or a documented learning disability, where do they go from day prior to day one to know where they can get help and support right away?
Thank you for that question, Stuart. It's certainly an important one. And through our Academic Success Center, we have disability and accessibility services that works with our students that need learning supports. And those supports are available off our website. You, again, can contact your admissions officer, a counselor who can get you in touch with them if you can't find the direct link off of the website. But they're there. There's a staff there that will work individually with the family and the student to get them the learning supports that they need. And even beyond that, for students, we have a wide array of support services for our students through our Academic Success Center. It's a collaborative team that works with students, offers academic coaching, offers tutoring, offers writing supports. It's a real robust program. So please take a look at and talk to the folks today that are around to get more information about academic supports at Springfield College.
Good. Hey, for all of our students and parents today, let me give you a really important piece of advice as you prepare to transition. Become married to the Springfield College email that you have now. Lots of information is going to be coming in that email. Check it every day. Look in your mailbox. Some things coming by snail mail, but all things that we send to you are really important. So Patrick, this lends itself to a piece of information that I know is coming out. They're wondering, when are they going to get the roommate request form?
The housing application for Residence Life opens on May 1st. And the preference and contract are due. So their students are able to prefer a roommate. If you've got someone that you already know you want to be a roommate with, it's important that you both ask for each other. And that is due Thursday, July 1st, so that later in July, later in the summer, housing notifications can then go out. But May 1st is the date that it becomes available for incoming students.
Okay.
Can I just add something to that, Stuart? As Patrick mentioned, the forms are due July 1st, and all of the scoop dates, those summer orientation dates that we spoke about, happen in June. And what we have found is that many times students will meet people through Scoop that they choose to then room with. So take advantage of all of the great opportunities that are going to be held during those Scoops.
Good. Patrick, let's jump back for a second to orientation. An international student is wanting to know, can international students go to pre-camp? Can international students join the pre-camp?
Yes, they can. Absolutely.
Good. Okay. What about having cars on campus? Can first-year students have cars on campus?
Sure, I can answer that question. So for first-year students, there are only two reasons you would be able to have cars on campus. And that one would be for employment, and the other one would be for medical purposes. So if it were for the medical purposes, you would have to go through the Title IX office, and they would ask you certain amounts of documentation, and then they would forward us an email to advise us as to allowing us to issue a parking permit. The second reason is for employment, and the same thing applies. So we would ask for a certain level of documentation with regards from your employer. So that would be a letter from your employer, plus I believe it's can't remember. There's a few weeks of pay stubs we would like to see, and then that point we would also provide you a parking permit. So I hope that helps.
You're muted, Stuart.
I am.
You were just
Sorry.
trying to make Dr. Coughlin feel better.
I did. It was kind of like you're just trying to make her feel good. On Move Day, Patrick, are there bins and roller carts and things that families can use to get their stuff from point A, the car, to point B, the room?
Absolutely, yes. Plenty of carts and bins.
Okay, good. What about reasonable accommodations on campus for those with mobility issues? Are they able to access all areas and places of the campus?
No, Stuart, we have worked really hard to try to provide those resources and to make our campus accessible. Also, the Disability and Accessibility Services Office that I talked about earlier can work with our students, make sure that if there are issues or areas that the student needs to reach, that we make them accessible, or we move those services and resources to where the student can get at them.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Can I add one more thing, Stuart? We do have a mobility shuttle that's available as well. So we do offer that service through public safety.
Okay. Mary D'Angelo, our Dean of Admissions. Will a student's 504 program from high school carry over into college?
So for any student who intends to pursue learning support services for a documented learning difference, they would want to, they make an enrollment decision, touch base with the Disability Services Office in the Academic Success Center, and they will tell you exactly what type of documentation you would need to provide to request support services.
To Chief Leary or Sergeant Cotter, if a student is commuting, they're not living on campus, but they're commuting in by car every day, is there a certain area they should park or are relegated to parking in?
So I'll take that. So yes, we do have commuter lots. And so when they come in, if you go through the parking portal, it'll ask you whether you're a resident student or commuter student, and then that way you would be placed into that commuter lot. That would be what you would request.
Patrick, you might go over the size of the resident hall rooms. A student is wondering how much furniture, how many appliances can they bring to a residence hall room?
Well, I don't know the square footage of all our rooms, but each room is provided, unsurprisingly, with beds, which are typically stackable. We've moved furniture to be more modular, so it gives the students in the rooms more flexibility to set up the room that is best for them. So, so that includes desks, modular dressers, closets, and beds. And there is a website for housing options on the Springfield College website, and it shows much more detail of what's in our residence halls. And then what can you bring, not bring? Don't bring flammables, don't bring pets, don't bring microwaves. There's an opportunity to rent micro fridges. So, and this is, if you end up with your roommate, then you should work together in order to have a single unit that you can rent for the year. And the reason for this is it takes care of the electrical infrastructure of our buildings better than having external appliances come in. It creates an unsafe environment. That's why we restrict what you can have in your room. But there's a whole list of what you should bring and what you can't bring on the website.
Good. For Mary or Marianne, for a student who's earned dual enrollment credit in high school, does Springfield College accept that, and when should they submit that information?
Sure, I can start, and Mary can probably help me out in terms of that. But yes, we accept dual enrollment credit as appropriate for the major and the program of study of the student. So that will certainly be something that will be evaluated through the Scoop 2.0 orientation, where the student can work with our academic advising office to submit the information that they have about that, and to talk with an advisor about how that credit might fit into their program. Mary, did I do okay? Would you add anything?
You were perfect.
And it's really the same thing as a student asking here about transferring college credits. Dual enrollment, college credit is really the same process, right?
Correct.
So when do they use their classes? When do they meet their advisor? When does that whole exciting process start?
That exciting process will start, Stuart, with the June Scoop 2.0 experience. That will be the main attraction, or the main issue of meeting advisors, looking at class schedules, looking at the course offerings for your major program of study, and starting to plan out your education at Springfield College. So that's an exciting time. I know our advising team and our faculty are anxious to work with our students through that process.
Is that when they will also know who their advisor is?
Yes, that's when they will be introduced to their program and to more of their faculty that they're maybe meeting today. But that's when advisors will be assigned through that process. Okay.
Just to make sure we did make this clear to one of our questioners, again, I emphasize the word how. How do they transfer dual enrollment credits? Let's cover that just one more time.
So the student would need to request an official transcript from that college. So even though the course might be listed on their high school transcript, in order for us to do the actual credit evaluation, you would need to submit an official college transcript. And if you send that to admissions, we will forward it to academic advising and both the folks that do the actual review.
And Patrick, again, just back for one more time with orientation. They just want to be clear about first year orientation. Will that also have not only online, Scoop can be online, but will there be in person for first year students as well for orientation?
Yes, again, we have two programs that make up our total orientation program. The first is virtual, online. It's throughout the summer. That's where we were just talking about the SCOOP program. NSO, New Student Orientation, is in person on campus for all students, including commuters and transfer students and international students. So that happens the 2 or 3 days before we start classes.
Okay, let's go back to technology. A question again about technology. Does our college accommodate either a Mac or a PC? Does it matter?
Both, Stuart. Students function well with both. On our campus, our systems can be accessed using either.
Okay. And for our safety and security team, this individual says that, many colleges now have communication systems when it comes to possibly inclement weather or an issue on campus. What do we have such a widespread communication system? What is it and how do people get it?
Sure, we have what's referred to as the Rave alert system, and we utilize that system for a number of purposes. It's a great safety tool. We would like you to download it as soon as possible once you've made the decision to come to Springfield College. And so at that point, it's an app that goes onto your phone, and then you're put into our system. And what we do is any alerts that are sent out are sent out through the Rave mobility app, and you would receive notification as soon as the alert goes out.
Back to technology again. Where is Wi-Fi located on the campus? Are there certain hotspots?
It's pretty much all over campus, Stuart. In terms of it, it's obviously in our academic spaces, it's in our residence hall spaces, it's actually on our athletic fields, and as you walk across campus, that was really part, Patrick, correct me if I'm wrong here, that was really part of the technological infrastructure that we did last year to truly enhance our Wi-Fi capabilities across campus.
Absolutely. I have nothing. Yeah, it is. That was the main goal, was to make sure that Wi-Fi was strongly accessible across the campus. That was the main goal of the upgrade.
Okay. Chief Leary, so when the freshman year is over and a student, sophomore, junior, senior year, wants to bring their car to campus, this person is wanting to make sure that they can do that upperclassmen can, and are there parking fees?
Yes, there is a parking fee that is applied. So what we do is we put it out there. So you would go onto the parking portal that's on the public safety website. You would pick the lot that you would prefer to be in. Once those lots filled up, then the other lots would open up as well. And so there is a yearly fee for that. This year we broke it down into 2 different semesters. We're going to revisit that all once again due to COVID to see what that looks like. But prior to that, it was a yearly fee. So we would break it down probably still this coming semester as per semester.
Okay, great, thank you. Mary, if a student is dual enrolled, do you recommend that they still take the AP exam?
So that's a great question. We do have students that are coming in the fall who have both dual enrollment courses on their transcript as well as advanced placement courses. The dual enrollment typically is through a college, such as a local community college. And again, if students wish to be considered for credit for those dual enrollment classes, they would provide us with an official transcript and we would do that evaluation. If a student has taken a course, advanced placement, and wants to take the exam, we would encourage them to do that, because if they get a score of 3 or better on an AP exam, they will be considered for credit here at Springfield. So I'm glad that question was asked, because I do know sometimes that confuses students, but there is a distinction between dual enrollment courses and courses that are through the AP program.
Okay. Chief Leary, just in case, did you mention how much the parking fee or parking pass fee is per year?
We'll let Dan, do you recall what the fees? I don't want to misquote.
This year it was $55, and I believe we're going to reevaluate that in the fall.
and $55 is for one full year. Is that correct?
Was that per semester, Dan?
I believe that was per semester.
Thank you. All right, we got it. See, we are a panel of experts. We work together. Per semester, $55. We got it. Hey, Patrick, are there any first-year resident hall rooms that would house at least 3 students or more?
No, Stuart. We do not triple students. All the residence hall rooms for first year, I believe, are doubles. I do not believe we have singles other than those who need and require a medical single of some sort.
Okay, but as upperclassmen, sophomore, junior, senior year, are there other, can there be 3 or more? Are there rooms available for upperclassmen that have more than just 2 students in it?
We have suite apartment style accommodations. Well, first of all, we have singles that are available to some non-first year students, but also suite or apartment style where multiple students share a living area, although they're either in single or double accommodation bedrooms.
Okay. Mary, or really anybody, if a family, when a family purchases the meal plan, because we have different options for the meal plan, if they find they want to change it somewhere through the middle of the semester because their student would like more meals or less meals, is that possible?
Yes, students can work with our dining service provider, Harvest Table, to make adjustments to their dining plan at any point during the academic year.
Great. Mary Ann Cullen, can you make a statement or share a little bit about those who are student athletes? How pliable, amenable, flexible are faculty in understanding student athletes are going to be traveling to various away games, and what kind of flexibility is there in helping them make sure that all their academic assignments are turned in, tests are taken, et cetera?
Sure. Thank you for that question, Stuart, because certainly we have a large population of student athletes on campus. And our campus is very proud of our student athletes and very proud of how they represent our institution. Our attendance policy actually recognizes the fact that student athletes will be traveling and will have to miss classes. So it's the responsibility of the student to inform the faculty member of their schedule as they work into that classes and provide them that information in advance so that the faculty member can work with them. But their absences that are due to athletic competitions are considered to be excused absences. And certainly, Stuart, I'd also go back to the fact that, providing support for all of our students, including our student athletes, is one of the things that I think Springfield College really prides itself in. So there are many different ways that we can provide academic supports to our students that are trying to balance so many different things, both this past year with COVID, which we hope is behind us, but as they work their way through and want to be involved in theater production, want to be involved in different student activities. We have a co-curricular philosophy which really states that our students learn both inside and outside the classroom. And that's something that we pride ourselves in here.
I know we can answer this next question real fast, but it is about dining. It's about, both of them really are related to dining services. Are there meal plans available to commuter students?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I love succinctness.
That quick.
You bet there are. The same meal plans that a residential student can get as well. Patrick, what has changed in the dining services with the onset of the pandemic this year? What has changed?
A lot has changed. We de-densified our dining center, so we made it a safer space for students to come in and eat. But we also instituted a wider range of dining out so that students could come in, get the food that they want and carry it out and eat it back in their room, eat it out at a picnic table, so they don't need to remain within the dining center. The other thing that there's a one of the things, and it doesn't really have to do with COVID, but what the our Harvest Table partners have really worked hard in our student population for those who have special dietary needs, vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free. They have worked very hard with student families to make sure that they are meeting those needs. I think that we have been very pleased with the quality of service to our students and to the quality of the product that they're receiving in terms of food nutrition.
Good. We've only got time for a couple questions and I need to wrap up, but I do want to cover both of these questions. I was waiting for this question. It's important. Is Springfield College requiring students to be vaccinated before they come to campus this fall?
At this time, no. We are encouraging everyone to be vaccinated, but at this time, we are not requiring the vaccine. I don't know what the future brings for us, but right now we are not requiring the vaccine, but we do encourage the more people who are vaccinated, the safer the campus is.
But as we follow the state of Massachusetts and CDC guidelines, Dr. Love, could possibly change, but not right now.
Correct.
What about testing? Do you foresee that COVID testing will continue this fall?
Again, we're not sure. We're going to be prepared to do testing if we need to. We are hoping that we will reach a point where we won't need to do testing. We'll always be able to do symptomatic testing, just as we do for other illnesses. But it is unclear whether we're going to have a system the way that we did this year, where people got regularly tested. We're hoping that that isn't the case, but we are prepared if it is needed in order to bring students safely back to campus.
Great. Okay, we're going to take just a couple minutes. Don't leave us yet. We're going to wrap up because I've got something very important to share with our students and our parents. Students, parents, family members, I'm going to encourage you to do something very important. Do a kindness for each other. Make a college decision soon. Don't do what my sons did to me. Don't drag it out till this summer. Because college decision making is so filled with some anxiety. Sometimes it feels stressful. I encourage you to take that stress and that anxiety off of your own shoulders and make a decision for a college. Make no mistake about it. We chose you, Springfield College. It's our earnest hope that you will be choosing us to attend Springfield College. I've said many times that not very often in life do you get to be a part of something remarkable. And I can assure you, my 26 years in higher education, my 5th university to serve at, this is a remarkable place that really provides a remarkable educational and student experience like none I've ever seen, which is probably why we get such high rankings every year from a lot of places like US News and World Report. Ask your questions today. There's still time. As you meet with faculty and meet with students, attend the sessions, ask your questions of them. And if you don't answer by the end of today, email admissions@springfield.edu. And students, before I turn it over to Delaney for some housekeeping, hey students, we're giving away, this is pretty cool, about $2,000 in really awesome prizes today. And all I do is fill out that form that you attended. You see it every time you open a page. There's a form for you to fill out. I would like to sign up for some of the prizes, but I'm ineligible because these are some cool prizes. So enjoy that today. And thanks so much to our panel of experts. Thank you. You see the happy faces, the emojis, the love, the thumbs up. You deserve all of that. Okay. Delaney, thank you. It's up to you.
Thank you all for being here. Oh, sorry, there's a little reverb on my mic for some reason. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for using your emojis. It's absolutely amazing that you've been lifting up our speakers today. Thank you for all your extremely thoughtful questions. We didn't want you to leave this session without getting the things that matter to you answered. However, there are tons of opportunities to connect with us throughout the day. We are available via text. We are available via email. We have an admissions help desk in each of our social lounges on AirMeet. We also have an open Zoom link right now. If you go back to our webpage, springfield.edu/ASOH, and go into our live events, you can find a help desk that's open all day through 4:30 today. The next event is going to start in about 15 minutes. If you look on chat right now, you're going to see the link to our next event. When you go to that event, you're going to see a whole new group of tables, which are actually a ton of our current students who are so excited to meet with you in real time.
Good.
They are here to answer questions that are student to student. There are no administrators or staff in any of these tables, so it's really a good opportunity to get to know current students and ask the questions you might not want to ask in this kind of format about what it's really like to be a Springfield College student. They'll show you why they chose Springfield College. They'll share with you why their experience at Springfield is so wonderful that they chose to volunteer on a Sunday to meet with you. And there are about 30 students, so feel free to pick any student's table. You can actually go and visit variables. The students won't be offended if you leave their table. So get to know as many people as you can in our community today to just solidify your decision that Springfield College is truly the right choice for you. And if you want to submit your deposit today, you get an amazing exclusive t-shirt that says home is where the triangle is on it. I promise you the students who submitted in previous years on this day wear that shirt very proudly. So we're so excited you're here. Feel free. We're going to end this session, but you're still going to be able to see the link in the chat. For some reason, this ends before you click on that chat. Just go right back to springfield.edu/ASOH and you'll find the link to our next event.
Hey, Del, if they already deposited, do they still get a shirt?
Yes, feel free to email me and I'll get you a shirt, Emma.
And if you deposit, you get a virtual high five from the panel of experts. All right? So
yes,
do
so
it.
just email admissions@springfield.edu, Emma, and we will get you a shirt. And anyone else who's already deposited will get you a shirt too. Just email us or text us. And you can find that information on the SOH link. Thank you all for being here. For the first part of our day, there's a lot more happening. And thank you again to our panel of experts for your expertise and your time today. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you all.